So Chris Eubank Jr. has been having his say about his fight, which is coming up on December the 7th against Matt Korobov. He's been saying basically that, well, this is a quote from Boxing Scene. It says, after I beat Korobov, Jermall Charlo is on my radar. Okay, and the article in full, Chris Eubank Jr. is heading back down to the middleweight limit for a scheduled showdown with top contender Matt Korobov. They are set to collide on December the 9th for the interim WBA middleweight title, I should say, not super middle, on December 7th, the Barclays Centre in Brooklyn. Showtime will carry the fight. Eubank Jr. has been competing in the super middleweight limit for his last few fights. Earlier this year, he retired former champion and Olympic gold medalist James DeGale. Okay, they're speaking about Charlo versus Hogan as well on that, but should Eubank Jr. win the upcoming fight, he would like to get his hands on Charlo next. I'm going to quote Eubank Jr. here, okay? It's always been a dream of mine to fight in the States. Even with everything I've done in the sport over in the UK, I've always felt there was something missing, and I believe it was the urge to introduce myself and my fight style to the American audience of fight fans. Now I have the opportunity, Eubank Jr. said. They're not quoting who he said this to. It could have been Boxing Scene for all I know. I don't know. I've never been a real super middleweight. I agree with that. I walk around around 170 out of competition and have to eat breakfast on the day of my weigh in just to make 168. I believe at 160 I'm going to be a beast now, and I have become accustomed to fighting much bigger fighters over the last 3 years. I think Korobov will be awkward until I pin him down, and when I do, I will show the audience why I'm a fan-friendly fighter. When I dispatch a Korobov, Charlo is definitely the name on my radar. He is seen as one of the elite fighters in the middleweight division, and I intend to prove that he is not on my level. It will be a satisfying stamp for my mark on the division against Charlo after I beat Korobov. I think it'd be a great fight for the fans, as together our styles would make a very exciting fight. So that is the article in a nutshell on Boxing Scene. And, a lot of people are saying that, Eubank Jr., he shouldn't get ahead of himself because he's in there with a real live opponent in Korobov. Now, when this fight was first announced, I made a video obviously about it, and I asked the question, is it a cherry pick? Okay, I didn't say flat out that this is a cherry pick. I asked the question, is Matt Korobov a cherry pick at this stage? Purely because you're talking about a guy who's in the wrong side of 30, who's coming off a draw and a loss. I don't think he's won a fight since he lost to Charlo. In fact, I'm on BoxRec here, he hasn't. So, Korobov, not the fighter he was, we'll say 6 years ago, but an awkward, tricky southpaw who, for a lot of people's money, beat Jermall. Was it Jermall or Jermall? Jermall, I always get mixed up between the two. Beat Jermall Charlo last December I think it was. So, for a lot of people, now I didn't think he beat Charlo, to be fair, but it was definitely a very close fight. And I've always said that there was one judge who I think scored the fight something crazy, like 119, 108 or something like that, which was an absurd scorecard. It was just ridiculous that someone had it that wide for Charlo. I mean, that was a hometown, or that was an in-house decision. I don't think it was in the Charlo's hometown, but that was just a messed up scorecard. So that's basically what I have to say on this. I've been asked a question in a few live streams, who do I think will win between Eubank Jr. and Charlo? My answer was then, and it stays the same. To me, Charlo takes that fight if it happens. I think Charlo's more rounded, and I just think his game is more rounded. And even at middleweight, even if Eubank Jr., because there's no foregone conclusion that Eubank Jr. gets through this fight, but even if he gets through it, at middleweight, I just think Charlo will have too much for Eubank Jr. But it'd be an interesting fight. It'd be a very good fight. I'd be intrigued to see that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight next. And I think this was asked to me in a comment in the video I did about Korobov and Eubank Jr. when this was first announced. And someone said, Charlo Eubank next, if they both win. And the more I kind of get thinking about it, the more I think, yeah, I think you're right. Charlo and Eubank Jr. probably next year. And I would go for Charlo in that fight. But let me know. Let me know what you think down below. How do you see that fight going if it happens? What do you think? Let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Obviously, subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will talk to you after.